For this video, I have prepared for you Colomba di Pasqua. This is a type of panettone bread that is prepared especially for Easter and can be found in every Italian home. Translated, Colomba di Pasqua means Easter dove. The idea of the bread is to look like a dove with its wings spreaded, although to me it looks like a simple cross. But different point of view. This world we live in today, everyone has their point of view, so you can have yours. You can share with me in the comments below what does it like to you. We will try to make the shape of the pan ourselves, since after research we found that it's not so easy to find a proper dish for baking it. If you have seen it sold somewhere, please share with everyone down in the comments. Of course, you can make this recipe in a panettone style, as in a round baking dish, or just because it's more accessible. But you can as well use a tray, just a simple tray, shape it however you like, do it like the dove shape or the cross shape or whatever, but try it. It's worth the time and it's beautiful, I promise you. To start with this recipe, we need to prepare sponge. Mix the flour, milk and yeast with the dough hook attachment on low speed for 2 minutes. If the hook doesn't mix well the dough, as it's a small amount, you can knead the dough by hand. As in our case, was not enough dough to work with the machine, so we did it by hand. When mixed well, cover the dough and leave it at room temperature to ferment for about 30 minutes. You can see here how the sponge looks like. You can feel it has expanded and there are some bubbles formed inside. There will be as well just a little bit of smell as fermentation goes on once you uncover it. To prepare the main dough, combine the sponge, flour, yeast, citrus zest, milk and eggs. Knead the dough on medium speed for about 3 to 4 minutes until ball is formed. As you can see, the salt is not added yet, as it can damage the work of the yeast if it's put on too early. Add the salt only when all other ingredients, and especially the yeast, is well mixed. Add the salt and mix until incorporated for about 1 minute. Mix to the improved stage of gluten development. Make sure to scrape the sides of the bowl from time to time. Keep an eye on the dough. When it's well mixed and elastic, it's time to start adding the butter. Keeping the mixer on medium to high speed, add 2/3 of the butter and mix until fully incorporated. Make sure to scrape the sides of the bowl. Add the butter slowly, piece by piece, and only when the previous part has incorporated. After the butter has been added and mixed well, add the sugar and glucose syrup in 2 additions. Make sure to let the additions become fully incorporated before adding the next one, and scraping the bowl in between additions is important. Add the remaining 1/3 of the butter and mix to the intense stage of gluten development. It might take about 6 to 8 minutes, even 10 minutes on medium speed. Here we are looking to achieve the so-called window. This is when you stretch the dough and it's so elastic that you can stretch it as thin as you can see your fingers on the other side without breaking it. Keeping in mind that if stretched too hard, it will break anyway. After you reach the final stage of gluten, add the candied peels and raisins. We have a recipe for candied citrus peels in the channel. Please feel free to make your own citrus peels or purchase those from any shop if available. Mix everything until combined. The dough at this point is very sticky, stretchy and elastic. It's time to bulk ferment the dough until nearly doubled, about 1 hour. I have mentioned already that we will show you how you can make a baking dish yourself, as it's hard sometimes to find it in shops to buy. you need tape, cardboard, and baking paper. All you need to do is shape properly the cardboard into cross and then stick the baking paper to the bottom with the tape. At the end, add baking paper properly shaped to the bottom so the dough does not stick to the cardboard. After we have finished fermenting the dough and it's doubled, it's time to divide the dough into two equal pieces and roll them into small logs. Leave them to rest covered with a bowl and scraper between them so they don't stick for about 20 minutes so the gluten can rest. Have in mind that the dough is really sticky. Don't be tempted to add flour. After the small fermentation process pass, with hands roll the dough into larger logs, one longer and the other not so long, as you can see here in the video. Place the shorter piece in the Colomba baking dish and the longer on top of it across. Brush with egg wash and cover with kitchen towel. Allow the proper proof for about 90 minutes. We have covered it with plastic wrap so we can show you the rising process, which can be done near a window with direct sunlight if room temperature is low, or in the oven with light on. While the dough is proofing, make the topping. In a jug, place all ingredients and blend them until smooth. You can easily buy almond flour, but we wanted to use a mix of hazelnuts and almonds, so we blended them ourselves. Use any equipment you have available. We have no idea actually why we decided to swap to hand blender. The chopper will do the job as well. This topping is a game changer and can be added to any other Easter bread on top, and not only. It looks thick, but it's actually perfect. As you can see, the plastic stuck to the dough. That's why we recommend using towel to cover. But as I explained, we used plastic just for the purpose of filming the rising of the dough. Cut off any excess paper if using the DIY project we showed you, as it might not fit in the oven. You should be checking this when you're actually building it. Pipe the topping on top of the fermented dough and scatter the pearl sugar and sliced almonds on top. Sugar pearls are fairly easy to buy, but not available in every shop. You can go to our channel and see how extremely easy it is to make them. Bake the Colomba di Pasqua in preheated oven at 200 Celsius or 390 Fahrenheit for about 1 hour. Depending on the type of oven you have, the timing might change. One trick you can use is after about 40 minutes to stick a wooden skewer or a toothpick in the Easter bread, and if the stick comes out clean, it's ready. If not, keep on baking and checking. Always a good advice is to use a timer. Once baked properly and ready, cook completely on a rack for at least 12 hours. The breaking of the topping is not a problem. I can tell you that the smell is incredible. The dough is fluffy and soft, and the taste is absolutely amazing. Wow, this recipe, guys, is incredible. If you give me this bread, I can finish it in a minute. It's so delicious and tasty. The time it takes to do it, it's absolutely worth it. Of course, you might be able to purchase it in a shop, but the pleasure, the smell, the taste of it is just unexplainable. I'm so happy we decided to show you this recipe, and we really hope you will enjoy it and do it yourself at one point. I'm closing every time saying this, but it's important. For every small channel, likes, subscribing, shares and comments are important and helpful. Not to say that they feel rewarding as well to the people that make the videos. To see that people on the other side that watch our videos interact with us and help us grow. And I always say this, not only for us, but for every other small channel out there on YouTube. Please consider helping us grow, as it takes only a second to make our day much better and help us channels grow. Take care for now. That was everything from this video. There are more amazing videos coming. There are more amazing videos in the channel. Don't run away to other channels. You see these videos up on the screen? They are here for you to click them. Thank you.